Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Golden Sun, the Broken Seal. In the last part, we went to Calais, we visited the Lady Leanna, made sure Hammett was there safe, and then we continued on with our quest and made it here to Suhulla, where we learned that a girl named Sheba got lost in the desert after there were a bunch of sandstorms. We also learned that water is needed to get past the sandstorms, so I'm going to set douse to the R button, and that should be very handy. Anyway, here we are, the Suhulla Desert. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. A sandstorm! There'll be trouble if we get caught up in one of those. But something is wrong. Why are there so many? If we don't get past here, we'll never make it to Bobby Lighthouse. We must step carefully if we hope to escape the desert. Yeah, so these sandstorms, they will pop up all the time. You cannot get through the desert without getting into one. So when you hop into one, you get sucked up like that, and if you do not use douse, it sends you right back to the town Suhulla. But we encounter a lot of tornado lizards while we're here. Yeah, and the tornado lizards, they can be a little bit tough. They're Jupiter element enemies, and they deal a lot of, can deal a lot of damage, I think. They can be a bit tough. Anyway, you're gonna have to fight a lot of these, so I definitely highly recommend having Isaac in his base class of, Squire, his Squire base class line. Since they're weak to the Venus element, that's the only way you get a physical augmented, or a physical oriented Venus spell. So definitely a useful thing to have Isaac in his base class, so that way he can use Ragnarok to hit them and deal very good damage. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and give this to Isaac. Alright. Anyway, I am actually quite excited. This series is actually almost over with, or well, Golden Sun 1 is anyway. It ended up being a lot quicker than I thought it would be, but that's usually how it goes. Golden Sun seems to be a very good length for a video game. It seems to go on long enough that you get a lot of enjoyment and there's a lot of secrets to uncover, but it's not so long that you get bored by it. Golden Sun's just a fantastic RPG. But it's like every time I go through the game, I always think, oh, it's going to take so long, and then immediately after I stop thinking that, I think, oh wow, I'm almost done. This game's so short. It's a very weird situation. And I keep forgetting to double check my notes. I was just so excited to get right back into it. But that is A-okay. Anyway, we're gonna explore most of the desert, and we should be able to try and find Sheba, or Sheba, however you wish to pronounce her name. Hopefully she's not in any danger, though. Hopefully. Ooh, trolls. Brutal trolls. And then, as for Soul Calibur 6, I was talking a little bit about that in the last part. I actually am just excited for it, despite the horrible practices they're using with DLC. Making specific characters DLC like that. Well, not so horrible, but you get the idea. Anyway, I'm still a little bit excited for it, mostly because they're bringing back two of my favorite characters from Soul Caliburs 3 and 4 that were absent in 5. I really like Talim and Zasalamel. Talim was the first one I used when I played Soul Calibur 2, so I just feel a little, what's the right word? Nostalgic? Probably nostalgic. And as for Zasalamel, his name's just fun to say. And he's also got just an awesome mystic vibe to him. I really like him. But I never tried Soul Calibur 5 because those two weren't in it, and I didn't have a system that could play it when it came out. And I never got around to it. And this is a Mimic! Ugh, these things are always so difficult to deal with. Oh, I did see someone do a Let's Play, or, well, not a Let's Play, but a playthrough of Dark Souls with a mod called the Scorch Contract, which makes the game tougher with every boss you beat. And that was actually pretty funny, or pretty fun/funny. I don't think I would ever be able to do it, or I say that, but then I'm usually able to do just fine on Dark Souls. Maybe I'm not as crap as I thought, but I'm still kind of crap at that. Anyway, what was funny is that they changed one of the earliest chests you can find into a Mimic. And I think they just did that just to surprise you, because as far as I can tell, no other chests that weren't Mimics got turned into one. Just that one. And yeah, that was a huge shock to see that guy get killed by a Mimic when you otherwise wouldn't expect to. But that Scorched Contract thing did some crazy stuff. I don't think I want to go into too many details though, like if you play Dark Souls and you're interested in trying out a mod for it, and that one sounded good to you. I don't want to spoil what sort of things exactly happen. Just let you experience it for yourself. Another Dark Souls mod I did see though that is pretty hard to not spoil is actually, I don't know the name of it, but what it does is it breaks your Estus flasks, so you don't get healing from Estus flasks anymore until you defeat a very late game boss. Very hilarious stuff. And it definitely paints the game in a completely different light, since you have to essentially farm healing items at that point instead of just finding them. Or rather, having a renewable resource of healing items. That one I'm not so big on, because you're almost essentially doing it as like a zero-hit run or something. Not entirely impossible, but difficult all the same. Well, difficult for the average player, I should say. And that doesn't make the game impossible. It's totally possible to beat Dark Souls without having to heal too often, so I guess I'm just making mountains out of molehills. Although, if you're small enough, a molehill is a mountain. And what does that make a mountain? Just a bigger mountain, I guess. Ooh, Magicores! That's a hilarious-sounding enemy name. And they're pretty tough, too. I did not expect that. Alright, well, let's just kill them. Yeah, I don't know the exact number of these, tornado lizards. So I don't know how many times we're actually going to have to douse. And a few of them are completely optional, so if you're going through the desert and you think, oh hey, I'm running too low on Synergy points and I need to heal, you can let one take you back to Suhulla and then heal up and then just go back through again, avoiding the optional areas that you no longer need to visit. So I guess just make a mental map while you're going or something. If you want to do that. There is a Synergy Stone near the end, so I'm not gonna be too concerned about it. Plus, you know, cardio workout is good for getting your Synergy points back. Yeah, I don't think they explained that you can restore your Synergy points by just walking around in this game. I think they did, but I don't remember that well if they actually did. I think they pointed it out in Dark Dawn, though. Dark Dawn holds your hand a lot, but I'd still recommend it. Anyways... Maybe I should start cutting out these battles with these tornado lizards because not much interesting stuff happens. Granted, it is very pretty to see Ragnarok. Ooh, a cookie. Yay for cookies! And I'm a little nervous about not using Ragnarok or Heatwave, because these guys do seem to have a lot of HP, especially for the level I'm at. I don't know if I'm under-leveled or not. It's really hard for me to tell where I am on the curve. This isn't like Pokemon where you can keep an easy track on what level you should be based on the enemies you're encountering. You don't get a dipstick in this like you do in Pokemon. But I suppose that's okay. At least we're gaining a lot of levels. The Suhulla Desert is definitely a good place to grind if you want to. But, you really do not need to grind for levels to get through Golden Sun. It is just, it is very possible to do that without grinding. Or get through this whole game without grinding. Do not concern yourself. I'm actually a little tempted to have, Mia and Ivan swap Jin, so that way Ivan can take over healing. Because Mia's running really low on synergy points. It's all this dousing she has to do. Oh yeah, you see that red tornado there? That one is very important. And in order to get there, you use Reveal right here. And you'll notice there's also some footprints on the ground. That is the hint to find a Ginny. You'll be able to see those footprints as you exit the desert if you use Reveal. But it's not necessary, because I just showed you where they're at. And I'm going to make a save file here. Well, actually, I really didn't need to. You have to fight this Ginny, but if it runs away, there's a cave entrance right up there, and you can just come back in. Or go in, then back out, and it should still be there. Just in case, though, I saved anyway. Aw, he did run away. Stupid Ginny. But yeah, no, he's just right there. Alright, let me heal up first. And let's do this again. Alright. And then, if you are playing this with like an emulator or a ROM, which I don't condone in any way, shape, or form, you can just do I guess I can condone it if you condone/recommend it in the idea that you already own the game or purchased it and you just don't have access to it anymore. That should be perfectly okay. You know what? Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. If you use a save state and the Jin runs away, and then you go back to the start of the battle, you'd have to put in a different input. The game inputs all the actions at the same time, and based on what's happening, it dictates actions. So if I had done some other combination of moves for that turn, the Ginny wouldn't have run away. Probably wouldn't have. Speaking of, that Ginny was Flash. He blocks damage to the party with a firewall. He's basically a stronger version of Granite. I think he's stronger. I don't know if they're about the same strength or not. Oh boy, we're really low on synergy points. And I think... yeah, I don't think I'm going to make it to that synergy thing, so I'm going to use one of these Psy Crystals on Mia. Synergy Stone, that's the word I was looking for. Use one more wish, and then we reveal. Yeah, I probably should have given the Douse Drop to another character so Mia wouldn't burn through so much of her synergy points. And look at that, me proving myself wrong. I think it might be possible to make it to the Synergy Stone. Hopefully. Can we escape the tornado? I don't think we're gonna escape from it. I kinda want to though. Now I just... excuse me. Now I'm just curious if we can. I think we did it. Sheba is nowhere to be found. I wonder what happened. Should we search the desert once more, or press on to Lalafell? What do you say, Isaac? Should we keep going? Yes, we should. Yes, I had forgotten about your foes. Our guard gate lies ahead. We can leave Sheba to the soldiers at the gate. Well, perhaps we should head there first then. Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, so I'm gonna go in the menu here, and wish, and then douse. I had planned to run into this thing anyway, but it was just fun to be able to run away from it. Anyway, this is the Storm Lizard. I'm gonna call him the boss for this area. I did not get my Jinn set up in a different way, but that is a-okay. Since he's a Jupiter-lined enemy, he's going to be weak to Venus, so it'll be nice to be able to hit him with Ragnarok repeatedly. So I guess it turns out okay. Anyway, I think he's capable of attacking twice per turn, like most bosses, Totem-Pa being an example of one that doesn't. And you saw how pathetically weak that guy was. Anyway, the Storm Lizard's basically just a stronger version of those Tornado Lizards. So whatever you were doing to deal with them, you can do to deal with this. And then that giant pink tornado that I skipped, that actually has another boss too, semi-obviously, that you can fight, but it's completely optional since you never need to go into that tornado. Well, you're not required to. I will be doing it later, and I'll even make sure to show off that boss. But, yeah, at this point in time, I'm just going to avoid it for now, and we'll just do that later. For now, we're going to make our way to Lalafell. Just gotta keep hitting it. Just keep hitting. Just keep hitting. Just keep hitting. Although, at this point in the Let's Play, I'm also a little tempted to take a break from Golden Sun and do the Lost Age later, and instead do a different game for my next Let's Play. It's a little tempting to do that, but I should really stick with this one. I should also be using some Jinns, that way I can summon on this guy. But I would much rather prefer to have all those Jinns set right at the start. But I may need to have Isaac help out with the healing, because Mia's not cutting it anymore. Yeah, let's go ahead and get Mia healed up. And Mia is going to ply well on Ivan, so that way I don't have to use as much synergy points using Wish to not get both of them fully healed up. Because this guy is just attacking those mages incessantly. Hope he dies soon. Alright. I'm gonna cast... Just keep attacking. We got this. We got this. Alright, I'm gonna have to recast High Impact now, because I just noticed it wore off. And then just hope that Isaac and Garrett are close to killing it. Oh, hey, it's dead. Yay! Yay! And we got a Synergy Crystal too, and Mia learned Wish well. Alright. Let's head up to that guard gate that Iodem mentioned, and then we'll... yeah, I guess we can just edit off there. Oh, no, we can keep going. We can keep going. Alright, here we are in the Suhulla Gate. And what's... Oh, why are these guys sleeping? What is the meaning of this? Is that Iodem? What has happened to the gate? There was a strange group. No papers. They wanted to pass. Iodem? We tried to hold them back, but they were too powerful. They had strange powers. We were no match for them. It must have been Felix! Yes, it was. Yeah, no one else is capable of this. After we find Sheba, we must track down the monsters that did this. We must get to Bobby Lighthouse as soon as possible. Yes, but we cannot leave the soldiers like this. We're okay. Don't worry about us. Get after them, please. But that would be... We were bested in battle, but we will survive. Now go! If they have done anything at the lighthouse, it would be our... Oh, he's right. We've got to stop them. We're going after them. Right, Isaac? It's a pity a Colossal Victor should end up like this. Next time I see them, I'll be sure to settle the score. I thought I was dead. I'm lucky even to be alive right now. The strange ones with the wild hair. Their power was too much for us. Oh, it's no use. I don't think I can get up. Send help once we reach Bobby Lighthouse. Curses! It's a disgrace to be seen by Iodem like this. I'd rather crawl into a hole and die. Or hide. Die, hide. Same difference. Oh, there's a healer right here. Why don't... I have been traveling the lands, spreading goodwill. Well, there are two people who need your help outside right now, Mr. Healer Dude. Cliffs, deserts. Gondwana is a desolate wasteland. You know what? I changed my mind. I decided I want to do the Lost Stage immediately afterwards because I've been talking a lot about this game, and the Lost Age has... There are a few things I want to mention about the Lost Age that aren't entirely relevant at this point in time. So, I'll do the Lost Age immediately after this one. The Broken Seal. Sorry, I keep forgetting the exact names. But I'll do the Lost Age immediately after the Broken Seal, and I'll be able to talk about all the talking points I have prepared for Golden Sun. He wasted a vial. How sad. Okay. Second verse, same as the first, I suppose. Woo! Oh right, I forgot to show off some of the things I got from the from using up my game tickets. I can show those off really quick. I didn't get too much. I was really unlucky. I was hoping to get a bunch of boots and undershirts, but sadly I only got undershirts. I got a running shirt, which boosts agility. I decided to keep that on Garrett. Ivan, he got a mithril shirt, which just has a bigger defense boost and boosts his HP a bit. And Mia got a silk shirt. I would have given this to Isaac, but it's for ladies only. So I guess it's like a bra or something. I also wanted to get some boots but I never got lucky enough. Alright, and I believe there is a Djinn here. I forget exactly where I need to drop down in order to get to it, though. And since these things are kind of tough, I'm going to have Mia cast Ice Horn instead of a physical attack. Woo! Acid Bath! I don't think that's the first time Isaac's pulled off the Unleash effect with his weapon, but it's the first time I noticed. Oh, you have to be careful of that Truncheon Fist it just used. That, like, Totenpa's Thrash can reduce your hit points to 1. Not a guarantee, but it can. Alright, I believe... I want to say it's either this one or the third one. Let's try the third one. Woo! Alright, but you do have to fight this one. This Djinni. I don't remember if I mentioned it was a Djinni. Anyway, you do have to fight this Djinni, so save beforehand, because getting back here is a bit more complicated. Man, this thing is fast! I hope we get it this turn. Thanks to that Ninja Blade, though, the drop in resistance is definitely going to help out. But we didn't get it in one turn. That's bad, that's bad! Ah, thank goodness. Thank you, Ivan. He must have speed-tied with the Mercury Djinni. But I believe this is our last Mercury Djinni in the game. Dew. He revives a downed ally. I think he has a higher success rate than Quartz, another Djinni we have, that can revive a downed ally. I think Dew has a higher success rate, and he restores more hit points. But that doesn't mean that Dew makes Granite completely redundant. Every Djinni is useful. But overlapping effects are pretty common. I think I already mentioned that, though. Yeah, I did. Woo! Unleash effects! I feel bad that Mia doesn't have one at this point, but we'll be getting a better weapon for her. Basically, we're at the point in the game where basic gear with no effects is at its cap, so every other item we find is going to be probably stronger than it all. Alright, let's attack Goblin with Isaac, the Mole Mage with Garrett, and then Mia and Ivan will cast spells. Woo! Oh no, a mad spatter! Oops, I attacked the wrong one with me. Oh well. It turned out okay anyway. Anyway... Ooh, Synergy Stone. Is everyone healed up? Not everyone. Now everyone's healed up. Yay! Look at this! What happened? Bobby's ship. Perhaps it is time. Isaac, take this. Try to use it. Ooh, that's a pretty black orb. Now use it on the ship. Wait, how do I use it on the ship? The wreckage of a ship scuttled off the coast. Well, let's give it a try. What's the matter? Strange. Nothing happened. What does it mean? Could Bobby have been wrong? No, not Bobby. I was wrong. It is not yet time. We must press on to Bobby Lighthouse. I will take that back. For now. We will return to the ship later. Or, that's not the ship Bobby mentioned? I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about anyway. Alright, well, let's just go with this tech pattern for these guys. Kick all the name. Ah, you blocked Garrett's synergy, but the joke's on you. He wasn't planning on using it. Woo! We did it! It's a good thing those effects usually wear off after battle. A few of them persist, like poison would, but for the most part, you don't really need to worry about after-battle effects. And I'm gonna have Mia use an Ice Horn, too. Excuse me. I think Mia already got her cast off, so that's okay. No, she didn't. Well, that's disheartening. But we can deal with it. We can deal with it. Well, that glower miserably at you effect. That thing reminded me of the Puff Puff from Dragon Quest. In Dragon Quest VIII, if a female enemy tries the Puff Puff on the female party member, Jessica will, if it doesn't work on her, Jessica will laugh triumphantly, having won the Battle of the Bulge. It's very hilarious. I love Dragon Quest just for the clever wordplay they use. I don't know if they use the clever wordplay in the actual Japanese version, but I know that the English versions, at least, have very, very nice wordplay. It's hilarious. I would highly recommend any Dragon Quest game just for sentence structure and descriptions and all that stuff. It's a very weird thing to recommend about a game, but regardless, Dragon Quest has excellent writing and I love it. Venus Lighthouse was attacked by strange wanderers. Oh shit, he just died. Shit. Oh, Venus Lighthouse entry. Well, you know what? This part ended up being a bit longer than I expected it to, so I'll just go ahead and end it off here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. Spaced Oyster, signing out.